These harasser propositions such as, are you going to be a good girl, to perpetrators exposing their genitals, to victims having their private parts grabbed on the House floor.
That was California Congresswoman Jackie Speier. She detailed explosive new allegations of sexual misconduct on Capitol Hill. She says she knows of 2 members of Congress, a Republican and a Democrat, who've both engaged in sexual harassment, and that's not all. Fox 5's Lindsay Watts is also on the Hill tonight. So, Lindsay, do we know who those members of Congress are?
Sean, I reached out to Congresswoman Speier's office tonight, and I was told that she will not be naming names because the victims have asked her not to, and that's because they have signed non-disclosure agreements. I was talking to a staffer here on the Hill, and he said that there was a lot of talk today about who these 2 members of Congress are, but at this point, no answers. And we've gotten some insight into why these people may never be exposed. At a hearing on sexual harassment today, we found out about a fund that lets members of Congress settle sexual harassment claims in secret on your dime. Between 1997 and 2014, more than $15 million in taxpayer money was paid out in settlements for Capitol Hill workplace violations, so that includes sexual harassment. That was paid to 235 people. So this is how the process works. Let's say a member of Congress sexually harassed you in the workplace and you reported it. Just to start the process, you'd have to sign a non-disclosure agreement like those accusers referenced by Congresswoman Speier. You'd have to go through counseling and mediation for about 60 days, and then if you decided you wanted to sue, you would pay for your attorney. The member of Congress would get a lawyer for free. The lawmaker's identity would remain confidential even if he or she was found guilty. Today, Virginia Congresswoman Barbara Comstock also shared a disturbing story about sexual misconduct on the Hill. She says a congressman exposed himself to a female staffer. She did not name the person because she says she only heard this story and actually doesn't know the identity of the lawmaker. Listen.
A young staffer had been asked to go to a member's residence to bring some documents and was greeted with a member in a towel, who then brought her in and exposed himself, and she left. And she decided to quit the office and has moved on.
In response to that hearing today, House Speaker Paul Ryan is now requiring anti-harassment and anti-discrimination training for all House members and their staffs. There's also efforts underway to require that in the Senate. Before now, that kind of training was only voluntary. As I mentioned, I was talking to some staffers here on the Hill. Nobody wanted to go on camera, but overall, people told me that these new developments, this new training is very welcome, that it's very needed. One man told me that everybody in his office is happy and excited that Capitol Hill is taking this seriously. We're live tonight. Lindsay Watts, Fox 5 Local News.